Your client shows up and they're fraying at the edges. 3 jobs they're juggling, or so it feels. 4 kids at home, they're homeschooling. An aging parent, they're managing long distance. They want help with delegating better at work, but you can see it. They're barely holding it together. What do you do with that? This is where coaching gets real. There's the presenting issue, delegation, and there's the person sitting in front of you. The question is, how do you show up for the whole person? Not just the agenda item, not just the goal they brought, but the human being who walked in with all of that weight on their shoulders. The presenting issue may not be the real issue, or it might be, but it can't be addressed until you acknowledge everything else that's present. This is what ICF Marker 4.04 is really about, the human relationship at the heart of coaching. The marker says simply, show support, empathy, and concern for the client. Sounds straightforward, right? But let's unpack what this really means. This marker is about the human relationship at the heart of coaching. It means you genuinely care about the person sitting across from you, not just their goal achievement, but their well-being as a whole human being navigating a complex life. This isn't soft skills. This is foundational to everything else working. Let's talk about support first, because it's not what most people think. Support does not mean rescuing. It doesn't mean fixing their problems or taking responsibility off their plate. True support empowers. It doesn't diminish. Support can show up through challenge. I know you can do this. Holding belief in their capability even when they doubt themselves. Your confidence becomes their anchor. Support shows up through normalizing. In my experience, most people in your situation feel exactly this way. Helping them see they're not broken, they're human, responding to real pressures. And support shows up through validation. Yeah, I could see how anybody would feel the way you feel if they were in this situation. Acknowledging the legitimacy of their experience without judgment. Empathy is different from sympathy, and it's important you understand the distinction. Empathy is not pity. It's genuinely imagining their reality, stepping into their world, their constraints, their pressures. What does their Monday morning feel like? Remember that their context influences everything. A single parent working 2 jobs has different options than someone with full-time childcare and a financial cushion. You can't ignore that. What works brilliantly for one client may be completely impossible for another. Their system, their world, their pace, not yours. And here's something subtle but powerful. Empathy attunes you to what's unsaid. Not just their words, but their energy, their hesitations, the weight they're carrying that hasn't been named yet. Something that I've often had to do with clients that shows care and concern is ask about their well-being, not just their goals. How balanced do you feel right now? How much sleep are you getting these days? These questions matter. Remember what they shared sessions ago and ask about it. If they mentioned their daughter's college application 3 sessions back, ask how it went. If their father had a health scare, check in on that. Show that you hold their whole story, not just today's agenda. And here's the thing, even though this is a professional relationship with boundaries, the care is genuine. You can be both professional and deeply human. In fact, you must be. Here's what I want you to hold on to. Support, empathy, and concern aren't soft skills. They're the foundation of trust and safety in coaching. When clients feel genuinely supported, understood, and cared about, they share more freely. They go deeper in their exploration. They trust you with the real stuff. Support, empathy, concern, all essential. But what happens when emotions get big? When your client shows up angry or frustrated or in tears, that's where many coaches lose their footing. Let's talk about holding space for strong emotion.